Just about any business or organization you can think of has been affected by COVID-19. Even newsrooms. The pandemic led to layoffs and more for some news organizations. A newspaper publisher in Hutchinson County considers himself fortunate that he didn't have to do that. But it doesn't mean 2020 wasn't challenging. KELOLAND's Kelly Volk travels to Freeman to share a storyteller story.
It's Jeremy Waltner's passion to tell the stories happening in the Freeman and Menno communities.
I'm spending my days taking pictures and interviewing people and writing stories and laying out pages.
He's the president and publisher of the Freeman Courier, a weekly newspaper. Waltner says the pandemic affected the paper in a number of ways, both good and bad.
Obviously, there was serious concern early on about what this would mean for advertising revenue, with businesses temporarily shutting down, events in town getting canceled.
The storyteller stayed strong. He applied for and received a PPP loan and found ways to save money.
A little bit here, a little bit there made a difference.
Despite the challenges of the pandemic, the Freeman Courier continued to publish a paper every week.
I never got to a point where I seriously considered not producing a paper, but for the first time I let my mind go to a place that said, maybe what I do looks different.
Waltner says things have returned to normal, but there's still some financial concern because it's unclear when the pandemic will end. But he is sure of why his newspaper matters.
I promise you that gentleman who grew a giant pumpkin in his garden and wants me to take a picture of it, that pumpkin is very important to him, and it matters. And, you know, it matters to the basketball team that wins a big game, and it matters to the business owner who's celebrating 50 years, and it matters to the grandmother whose grandson got in the paper. That stuff is every bit as important as the stuff that happens in the big cities.
And that's why this storyteller does this work. In Freeman, Kelly Volk, KELOLAND News.
Waltner says he also ramped up online reporting to cover breaking news during the pandemic.